6 o'clock news starts right now.
Today is the last day you can vote early for the November 7th elections.
Yeah, we're watching the Uvalde mayoral race very closely. In July, then Mayor Don McLaughlin announced that he was stepping down to run for the Texas House.
3 people are now in that mayor's race. Our Lee Waldman introduces us to the candidates vying to lead the town that is still dealing with its grief.
The Uvalde community is still filled with reminders of what happened on May 24, 2022 at Robb Elementary. The mayor, who gained national attention in the wake of that shooting, Don McLaughlin, stepped down for other political aspirations, opening up a now 3-person race for mayor. Former Mayor Cody Smith, Uvalde CISD teacher Veronica Martinez, and Lexi's mom, Kim Rubio.
I decided to join the race for many reasons. One of them was to help our community, like everyone, move forward.
There's a lot of tension, and I recognize that it could get worse. And if we get to a point where we're so divided, do we never come back from it? So I wanted to be a part of bringing my community back together.
Smith wasn't available for an interview, but sent a statement that read in part, quote, "I would be remiss in not identifying that at current there are many who are hurting and who need help, support, and resources, and in a variety of ways. It is our collective job as neighbors to them to extend our time and empathy and help in any way that we can," unquote. Rubio, who lost her daughter Lexi in the Robb tragedy, says her experience as a lifelong resident, local journalist, and an advocate in the wake of her loss will set her up for success.
While I miss my daughter and I am going through unimaginable grief, I still want to honor her with action, and I want to see my community come back together and thrive.
Martinez, a teacher at UCISD, says she sees how divided the community is and wants to help bridge the gap and create understanding.
I'm going to have to be firm, but fair and understanding at the same time, just like working at the school with the children.
All 3 have said despite what happens Election Day, they're committed to helping unite Uvalde. Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
And staying with the election, early voting for the November 7th election wraps up in about 2 hours. Voters are going to see 14 propositions on the ballot that will either create or change state funding. You're also going to decide on a number of local races. It really depends on where you live. To see a full list of voting locations and a sample ballot, just scan that QR code on your screen.
San Antonio police arrested a man for shooting a security guard at North Star Mall on Halloween earlier this week. According to SAPD, 52-year-old Eduardo Sanchez Jr. is one of 3 people accused of shoplifting at Macy's on Tuesday. He's also suspected of being the person who shot a security guard in the leg. Sanchez is charged with 3 counts of aggravated robbery. An arrest affidavit says that Sanchez ran into the parking lot and got into a car, but apparently he came back looking for his keys in some clothes that he dropped. That's when Sanchez got into a struggle with security guards and allegedly shot one of them in the leg. The guards also tried to arrest another man and woman who were with Sanchez, but they got away. The Halloween night shooting was the 3rd incident involving a gun on the North Star Mall property in less than 6 months.
Today, police are looking for the person responsible for fatally stabbing a 59-year-old man at the Leon Creek Greenway North near the Via Trailhead. This is the 2nd murder on that trail in the last 6 months. On June 30th, 27-year-old Francisco Santos was fatally shot after police say that 2 men tried to rob him. But these 2 murders aren't the first to happen on the Leon Creek Greenway. Back in 2018, San Antonio police responded to the North Running Trail where they discovered the body of a 20-year-old woman who had been stabbed to death. And now those who are on the trail often are asking for a few things.
Yeah, security and lighting would be great because really it's dark and it's huge trails.
Or another one of those little police stations, the 911 station, maybe another one somewhere around here.
They just want to feel safe. SAPD encourages everybody to follow safety tips like this. Abide by the established trail curfew ordinance. Also avoid going off the trail and to also become familiar with the map and trail markers before you hike or go on your bike. Now, police are still looking for the man that was involved in Wednesday's fatal stabbing, who they say fled north on that trail system.
Tonight, San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are asking for help finding the person who shot and killed a 17-year-old. This is the victim here. His name is Jezreel Javon Lopez. He was shot and killed on July 4th as he was lighting fireworks with a friend. So the shooting happened around 9:45 p.m. at the intersection of G Street and Hampton Road. SAPD says a group of people shot Lopez and his friend. Police are asking for any information identifying the gunman in this case. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
This is really a pesky problem that many of us deal with, and now it's an issue for the Alamo Dome. The city of San Antonio is spending more than $1 million to address some of the mold that was spotted inside that building. RJ Marquez tells us how it's being removed and also what's next for that 30-year-old stadium.
The Alamo Dome is set to undergo another major makeover with the 2025 Men's Final Four on the horizon, but first crews have to take care of some maintenance in the facility.
There was some water damage with some resulting mold in some of the upper cavities of the upper stairwell concourses on the four sides of the Alamo Dome.
Altogether, it's about 3,100 square feet of water damage along the ceiling. An inspector spotted mold in some of those areas.
He was able to discover a lot of what was happening in those crevices and those cavities up there in that upper stairwell concourse, and allowed us to be able to address that quickly.
The city went ahead and approved a $1.2 million contract to get the mold removed. We're told that that's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks in every corner of the Alamo Dome, but that process is already well underway.
The city says the mold does not pose a danger or safety risk to people attending any events at the Alamo Dome.
Folks won't even see the work being done. And that includes not only what's being done on the roof right now, but all the work that's being done, construction in the Alamo Dome tied to the NCAA Men's Final Four.
Construction has also started on 18 new suites at the Dome as it gets ready for the Final Four. There will also be new concessions in the upper levels. It's all part of $29 million in upgrades to keep the Dome in the game to host big events.
It's a 30-year-old building. That requires some maintenance, and that's part of this process, is going in there, and they are always inspecting the building, always. The roof, the infrastructure, what needs to be upgraded.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
The sale of a Southside mobile home park is set to close next week, but it's not a new landlord or even a developer that's buying it. It's the people who live there in the form of a newly created co-op. Garrett Berger talks with the head of that group, who is waiting with his neighbors to be the owners of their own park and the masters of their own fate.
It's going to allow all of us to grow together.
When Joe Valdez and his neighbors had their first meeting with Rock USA this spring, they were shocked by the news the nonprofit had for them. Their mobile home park, Riverside Terrace, was for sale.
To everybody, the entire park. How much time do I have before I have to leave? Do I have to move out?
But Rock told them they might not have to. Far from it, in fact.
This park works like a lot of others. People living here own their homes, but they rent the lot they're on.
Rock helped them prepare for a new setup called a resident-owned community, which it says will be only the third in Texas. The residents will own the park communally as part of a co-op called the Mission Trails Community Association. So instead of a landlord, the co-op sets the lot rents and is responsible for any improvements, which they plan on.
It's really going to turn into something grand, you know what I mean? And I will have helped pioneer that.
To buy and fix up the property is a more than $6 million project. The city of San Antonio and the San Antonio Housing Trust Foundation have kicked in most of the money, though the new association still has to borrow more than $1.5 million to get it all done.
It's all open, and we're adding new sewer systems, new water supplies. Then power lines go in too, and everybody's going to have it running from the ground into the home.
Given its location near the Mission Trail and a golf course, Rock's VP of Acquisitions says the property had been at risk for redevelopment.
So I was afraid that this might not be a manufactured housing park long term.
The current owner had decided to sell to focus on family. He says he did have interest from developers and other park operators, but he likes Rock's plans for the property.
Being that the tenants are actually going to end up having ownership and it's going to stay a mobile home park and they're going to continue to have affordable housing was one of the biggest factors for me.
Not everyone is signed on to be part of the co-op yet, but Valdez thinks they'll come around to wanting to have more of a voice and save some money on rent.
There's a lot of what goes on around here. You can change by just saying, you know, yay or nay.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Now, news around Texas now. A Houston family thankful after their dog saved their teenager's life. That's Amanda Tanner. She says that their border collie named Axel woke her up early in the morning and led her to her son Gabriel's room. And when she saw her son, he was on the floor, had fuzzy vision, and said that he couldn't feel his right arm. Uh-oh, right? Well, it turns out he was having a stroke.
My husband walked all the way to the sliding door, but Axel did not follow him and just stopped in front of Gabriel's door.
And then I just found my dad, and that's when I knew something was really wrong, because I tried to talk to him and I started slurring my words.
Well, that's Gabriel right there, and we're so happy to tell you that he's made huge improvements these last few months with his speech and his physical therapy, and we hope that he just keeps getting better from there.
Yeah, and good job, Axel, as well.
Yeah.
Let's take a look outside with live cam right now. Temperatures climbing up, a little bit warmer than this time yesterday, and you can feel that humidity creeping back in here, Adam.
The air isn't quite as dry, is it? Not as crisp, and that's really going to be changing even more so as we go through the weekend. Today, though, temperatures a little closer to average. I mean, our low was 51, the average is 54, and we hit a high temperature of 76, which is exactly average for this day. The record high, 87, set back in 2017. We did have some 80s farther south of town, 82 Cotulla, Beeville topped out at 80 degrees, but we're also in the lower 70s for highs today in the hill country. Kerrville, for example, at 73. Temperatures are on the upswing. A warming trend is ahead of us. The humidity's returning. We're going to talk about that, how warm it's going to get, and then another cold front on the horizon, when that arrives and what it means for rain in a bit.
All right, thanks, Adam. Let's take a look at traffic out there right now. 281 in Loop 410, the interchange here. You can see very slow going on the main lanes of 410. Got to say that the ramp from 281 to 410 not quite as crowded as I would expect it to be this time of day. Hopefully people got a little bit of a jump on their weekend.
Hopefully. And now KSAT and our community partners want to remind you to roll up your sleeves. It should be easy now that it's getting warmer again, so you can get your flu shot. Bexar County and University Health are offering them for free. They're hosting a free flu shot clinic tomorrow from 8 a.m. to noon. If you want to register and find out all the details, don't worry about it. We got you. Just go to ksatcommunity.com.
Still ahead here on the news at 6 to celebrate Arbor Day. Dozens of trees planted at a Northside ISD elementary school. The long-term benefits of this project that you might not expect after the break.
So this is what we're working on for you tonight on the Night Beat. Time is running out for Texas lawmakers as the third special session ends next week. The state is still trying to pass legislation on increased border security, also school choice, and we're going to take a look at all of their efforts tonight and tell you where they are as far as all those bills are concerned.
Northside ISD elementary school students and staff celebrated Arbor Day by planting over 140 trees on campus. The district's elementary environmental education program, in partnership with the nonprofit Bare Branches Alliance, selected Driggers Elementary for the Cultivating and Nurturing Our Planet's Youth Project. This morning, Driggers Elementary School students learned how to properly plant a tree and about the future benefits of that.
They mitigate stormwater flow. They also help mitigate heat island effect, which we have all endured this amazingly hot summer. So trees will help keep us cool. And they're also really good for our mental and physical health.
Driggers will be the third schoolyard forest planted in the district. The school is planted at Esparza Elementary School and Meade Elementary as well.
Can't believe we're talking about this already, but preparations for a decades-long Thanksgiving tradition in San Antonio are now officially underway. You know what we're talking about. This morning, Mayor Ron Nirenberg and committee members kicked off preparations for the 44th annual Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner. Volunteer registrations are now open until they're at capacity. Every year, that dinner feeds around 25,000 people experiencing homelessness with the help of 4,000 volunteers. It's really a huge effort. And if you want to volunteer, visit rauljimenez.dinner.com.
They can use a lot of help.
Yeah, 4,000 volunteers to make that happen. That's a lot of hands. So.
I know. And of course, we are hoping that things cool down by the time we get to Thanksgiving. But right now, we're talking about a warm up.
A warm up, but another cooling trend is on the horizon. I'll get to the high temperature trend in a little bit, but first we have some warmer temperatures to talk about before our next cold front arrives, which really isn't going to be until about this time next week. So take a look at our morning temperature trend. Notice how tomorrow morning, right near average, 55 degrees to start the day. Sunday morning, we're at 60. Then we're well into the 60s for morning temperatures during the week next week. So it's not going to be that fall-like feel that we've been experiencing. But let's talk about this evening. Perfect Friday evening weather. 74 right now. By 8, we're 68. 10 o'clock, 64 degrees. Tomorrow morning, with the temperatures in the mid-50s, a touch of fog. I don't think it's going to be very problematic and not very dense, but some patchy fog in the morning. By noon, a lot of sunshine right at 71. Then a high temperature of 80 degrees on your Saturday. Sunday is going to be similar. I just think we'll have a little more fog and low clouds to start the day, so fairly gray. And you'll notice an extra humidity back in the air, but 81 for the high temperature on Sunday. Okay, next week, mid-80s. But look at our temperature trend as our next cold front arrives. I think by next Friday, we'll be looking at a high temperature right around 60 degrees. And then the following weekend, we could have temperatures for highs in the 50s to near 60. So a little bit of something for everybody in the extended and the long range forecast. If you like the warmer weather, 80s and humidity, you'll like this week. If you like the crisp fall-like air, the following weekend is when you'll be getting it. Dew point of 53 right now, temperature of 74. We have 70s across just about the entire Lone Star State. 73 Rio Medina, 73 Comfort, and even 70 in Los Maples and Pleasanton now at 78. It's the dew points that are still comfortable and pleasant. Lack of mugginess in the air. Dewy's in the 50s. But this wind that's starting to turn and come off the Gulf of Mexico is going to start boosting up those dew points as we progress through the weekend. I don't think you'll notice it really tomorrow, but especially as we get into Sunday, here's our future cast, and that Gulf of Mexico breeze doing what it always does, increasing the humidity and making it feel a little muggy and sticky outside. So we'll have that will kind of eliminate that fall-like feel even more so as we get into Sunday. And notice next week with those highs in the 80s, dew points well into the 60s, so feeling sticky and muggy until the cold front hits. Right now, the timing of the cold front would be next Thursday night, and then the changes would be felt throughout the day on Friday. And keep in mind, the timing of these fronts often changes when you're looking at them this far out. And actually, usually they speed up a little bit as the time nears. So we'll keep you updated on that. Check back for the latest. But rainfall potential, hey, we're back in the picture. We're back in the game when it comes to chance of rain. I like this. And that's with that cold front. Coming up at 6:45, I'm going to talk about the ingredients that are going into these rain chances, and I'll show you the future cast. Right now, we have it at a 30% chance next Friday and the following Saturday. If everything stays on track with the way we see it, we'll probably be pulling those numbers upward a little bit. And yes, that comes with the sound effect. Yeah, pulling them up a little bit. Okay, so there's that cold front. By the way, cooler, windy, and right now looking like it'll be damp with some areas of rain next Friday.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
So it's week 11 now of big game coverage, and this is a special kind of rivalry that we'll be talking about tonight.
Yes, it's our last road trip of the season. A lot of playoff implications for the high school football games tonight, and one rivalry that features two in-town teams that usually call themselves friends, but on a night like tonight, they are enemies. More on that coming up. Plus, the Spurs finished out their road trip with two big wins in Phoenix, Wembanyama leading the way. We are hitting the road one last time this high school football season, and one of the matchups featured is a highly anticipated rivalry game between Southwest and Southwest Legacy. It's one of the rare times the two tight-knit teams turn enemies. The Southwest Dragons are second in District 13 5A D1 in the standings behind Southside. Meanwhile, the Titans are out of a playoff spot, but still have plenty to play for in this community game.
It's amazing, you know, it's our rivalry, so we're going to go out there, just try to show out, give the people what they want.
This game is really special, you know, a lot of people come out, people look forward to this game. I look forward to this game, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's two tough teams going against each other.
The seniors were part of the COVID group, so those kids have been through a lot, and we just want to end on a winning note and try to bring that trophy back to Southwest Legacy.
Here is our Week 11 big game coverage road trip route. We will be in Lytle as the Pirates host Crystal City, then Dragon Stadium for the Southwest Legacy rivalry game. The San Antonio Spurs opened their 3-game road trip with a rude awakening against the Clippers and finished it with 2 wins at Phoenix. The Spurs showed their resilience in different ways between both matchups. Last night's 132-121 win saw the Spurs lead big, give up the lead, then retake it with a Victor Wembanyama takeover. The rookie dropped 38 points to secure another improbable dub.
Somebody's got to do it, As I told you before, tomorrow is going to be one of my teammates. Yesterday, 2 days ago, it was Keldon, This is how we work as a group, as a team.
The 3-2 Spurs return home this Sunday to welcome 2-4 Toronto to town. Tip-off is at 2:30 in the afternoon. Lubbock was the spot yesterday for a Thursday night college football game between Texas Tech and TCU. And the Red Raiders came away with their first win in nearly a month, taking the game 35-28. Baron Morton threw for 282 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a go-ahead 44-yard TD to Dre McCray. Now, since the Horned Frogs' undefeated regular season last year, TCU has gone 5-7. Next, TCU plays 7th-ranked Texas, while Tech is at number 22, Kansas. And later on tonight in the Night Beat, the Texas Rangers shared their World Series trophy to tens of thousands of fans today. We'll show you more from the parade during the Night Beat.
Lots of celebrations.
Yeah, I bet that was a party.
Yeah.
It was.
Thank you. Now we're going to have a party today because it's Friday.
Yeah, we got Porto Picks coming up next.